Hello everybody and welcome back to this wonderful Drarry Advent calendar. Today we're at day 20. I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus.
So, how did you end up as a caregiver?
Harry looked up from his glass of wine and placed it down on the living room table. Draco looked at him so interested that he had almost told him the truth about James, but he couldn't. He hadn't even told her family that she had been pregnant. And the grave was spelled so that should anybody with her family DNA come close, James would disappear. Clearing his throat, Harry smiled weakly.
I've always wanted to have children. In my opinion, if there is anything wrong with the world, you can heal it by showing children how to act thoughtfully.
Draco was looking at Harry as if he could read his mind. Maybe he needed to offer some more things.
When Ginny died, I realized that we never had the possibility of having a child, and I...
He couldn't do it without getting overly emotional. So Harry cleared his throat again.
I decided to look after my friends' children. Soon after, they told everyone that I'm amazing with children, and it ended up turning into a job. So, how many families are you helping then?
Harry smiled.
Around 10. Some have a set date of when they want me to help. Others just ask if I'm available, which I usually am.
Draco nodded and placed his wine glass on the table as well.
How long ago did she die? In March, it'll be 10 years.
Harry stared into the dancing flames of the fireplace.
Sometimes, though, it feels as if it happened yesterday.
Quietly, Draco changed his seat and sat down next to Harry.
I think Christmas is the hardest time of the year,
he said softly. Harry nodded, tearing up. He didn't want to cry, not in front of Draco, and so he forced his emotions back down.
I can't stand how happy the people seem. Nobody seems to feel my pain.
He sighed.
Which is why I'm not accepting clients during the holiday season. I only work for close friends.
Harry could feel Draco's confusion.
But you worked for me.
Nodding weakly, Harry looked at the blonde wizard.
That's different. How so?
Searching in Draco's face for some kind of emotion, Harry quickly realized that he had hidden them all under the pure-blood mask of neutrality. It was as if he wasn't allowing himself to even feel an ounce of emotion. Maybe Harry had to be the one to make the first step.
Because I've tried to look for a way in getting your attention, and nothing ever worked. What do you mean?
Draco still seemed too careful to let out his feelings, even though Harry could see his mask breaking and a small hint of hopefulness shimmer in his eyes.
Oh, I like you. More than just a client. Ever since we've graduated from Hogwarts, I've realized that my constant need to charge at you wasn't because you annoyed me or because I hated you. It was the only way of getting attention I could think of.
Harry held his breath. All or nothing.
Because I think I was falling in love with you.
The silence of the night crept in, even through the closed windows, and Harry found Draco's breathing had shortened. The Slytherin looked at him as if he had just something incredible. And within a second, Draco leaned forward, his forehead resting against Harry's. Harry inhaled, surprised, his heartbeat fastening. He hadn't been so close to Draco ever.
How can you tell you were falling in love when we both married other people?
Draco asked quietly, eyes closed. Harry carefully tucked a blonde strain of hair behind his ear.
Because I know what love feels like. I've loved Jenny dearly, but she wasn't the first one,
he said calmly. At least he tried to. His voice was trembling, and even Draco pulled away slightly, looking at him. He brought up his hand, took up Harry's cheek softly, eyes darting over his face. Draco couldn't say anything. He seemed to be visibly fighting with some thoughts until he finally came closer.
Harry?
He asked softly.
Can I kiss you?
Yes. Harry breathed and closed a short distance himself, crashing into Draco, kissing him with so much passion that he couldn't believe he hadn't kissed him earlier. Felt Draco's arms around his neck, pulling him closer, clutching his shirt. Harry separated from the Slytherin and panted. He turned his attention to the blonde wizard's cheekbone, kissing every inch until he reached the soft skin behind his ear. All the senses were rushing him with Draco's being. He couldn't get enough of the smooth skin, the faint vanilla smell, and Draco's soft groans in his ear. His fingers traced over Draco's shirt and opened the first button just to get some more skin contact. His kisses trailed down his neck under the shirt when Draco finally managed to pull him away.
"Harry,"
he breathed, his voice full of lust.
"We shouldn't."
Nodding, Harry inhaled Draco's scent as he leaned over him again.
"I agree. It's absolutely against the rules,"
he murmured and kissed his lips again, deepening the kiss when he found that Draco wasn't resisting in any way. Separating again, Draco panted and grabbed Harry's arm.
"You're coming with me. I need you in my bed tonight."
Harry had absolutely nothing against that. To be continued.